Hey, what's happening, crew? It's Coach V, and yeah, it is 28 minutes past 10, and I am sending you guys out my fasting day in review. We are 96 hours in, so we just reached the halfway point. I can tell you, this morning was super challenging. I felt absolutely drained in the morning, but again, just like what I told you guys yesterday, I just kept to my processes of my normal everyday life. I just kept telling myself, get to the shower, after the shower, get changed, get some coffee done, and yeah, I wasn't late. I was on time. Normally, I'm always 15 minutes earlier than my clients, but we got there, and all I can tell you is that once I was coaching my clients, energies, like my body slowly started winding up and getting warmed up for the day, and it went well. The coaching, the workout though, wow, I found it very challenging to get warmed up. I didn't have a lot of energy while warming up, and I was kind of not looking forward to the workout. And I just kept telling myself, just give it your best effort, and just see where you're at. We already warmed up, let's get going. And the workout today was from Sentinel training. It was on a 20-minute clock, minute 0 to 10. We do an AMRAP in 10 minutes. It was 5 sandbag cleans at 150 pounds, which is close to 70 kgs. I scaled that completely. I went to 80 pounds, which is 37 kilos, and 10 total bar. I was pretty happy with the results. The results wasn't really my focus. It was, again, like I tell you guys, during this fasting period, it's just to keep moving forward through the workout. I was happy with that. I went into minute 10 to 20 where you had to find a heavy clean, barbell clean, everything to about 64 kilos. After 64 kilos, I went to 70, and genuinely, because you're in such a heavy calorie deficit, your body is so sensitive to the loads that it rejects it. What I mean by rejection is the 2 cleans that I did do within 90 seconds and 90 seconds of each other at 70 kilos. My body wasn't ready to receive that load in that catch position. I was feeling like giving up, and then I just said, let me just try one more time. I was successful at it, but it was very ugly. And I waited another 90 seconds, and I wanted to clean it into that squat position, and I got it. Felt a bit dizzy, but if you haven't been training for a long time, like myself, don't take those chances. I heard someone say PB your technique. I think during that type of situation where you 96 hours in of liquid fast, just PB your technique with the heavy lifting. I can't tell you, there were slight bits of irritation today, just random people that were coming through. I could feel a bit irritated when they approached me, but I just kept as calm as possible. The heat didn't help as well today. Felt really, really tired after the workout. Had a cup of coffee, black coffee again. I came home, didn't manage to sleep. Thought I could get a nap, but before I knew it, I was coaching the afternoon class, and it was really a good class, a good session, which I enjoyed. I felt really energetic there. I can tell you this though, is I noticed, as the day progresses, I'm not sure whether it's the ketosis that's occurring, that's giving me the energy, so it takes a bit longer to process that energy, because I'm not really eating the day before or the night before, etc. So you can't just fire up like how you normally do, but you're still doing it. And right now I do have a lot of energy. Capped off the day with reading Mark 3, and I'll just share it with you quickly. Oh yeah, and just remember, if you're going onto this experience and this journey of 192 hours of liquid fast, make sure, or even a 24-hour or 72-hour, make sure you get some guidance from your general practitioner or your physician before stepping into it. Yeah, the word was cool. It was Mark. So lots. I'll try and get through it as fast as possible. The source of Jesus' power. But the teachers of religious law who had arrived in Jerusalem said, "He's possessed by Satan, the prince of demons. That's where he gets his power to cast out demons." Just bringing you in, like coming to this point, Jesus cast out a few demons in certain spots in the Bible of the book of Mark. Jesus called them over and responded, "How can Satan cast out Satan?" he asked. "A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. Similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? He would never survive. Let me illustrate it even further. Who is powerful enough to enter a strong man like Satan, to enter the house of a strong man like Satan and plunder his goods? Only someone stronger, someone who could tie him up and then plunder his house." He's referring to himself. The other one I just wanted to read was the family of Jesus. There was a crowd sitting around Jesus, and someone said, your mother and brothers are outside asking for you." Jesus replied, "Who is my mother? Who are my brothers?" Crazy. Then he looked at those around him and said, "Look, these are my mother and my brothers. Anyone who does God's will is my brother, sister, and mother." Yeah, so like what I got from there was, I feel sorry for the Pharisees and the religious teachers at that time, because I put myself in their shoes, and like, you know, they dedicated their lives to studying the religious law, and like Jesus just came by after being baptized by John, and he mentioned that in the Bible that it's time to bring God's kingdom to the world. And also, you know, he battled Satan for 40 days and 40 nights and came out victorious. So like, he came with a lot of strength, power, and courage. And whenever he was confronted by the Pharisees, he always had knowledge as well as the experience as well as the authority from God to diminish their arguments. And why I say that was, I think it was in Luke. Let me just get back here. Why I say this is, and why you can back it up, was in Luke 2 from verse 44 to 49. It said, 3 days later, this was when Jesus was a kid, 3 days later, they finally found him, this was his parents, in the temple, listening to religious teachers and asking them questions. All who heard him was amazed by his understanding and his answers. So Jesus actually, they traveled, I think, to Jerusalem, and they were traveling back to Bethlehem, if I'm not mistaken. And he decided to stay back at the temple to listen to these religious teachers. And his parents just thought that he was with the crowd that was traveling back. And when they got back, they couldn't find him. And then they had to rush back to Jerusalem, and they still didn't find him for 3 days. But this laity was listening to these religious teachers, asking questions and trying to understand what they were saying. Listening to them and asking questions. And then whenever he replied, all those that listened to him were amazed by his understanding and answers. And he replied to his mother and father, "But why are you searching for me?" he asked. Don't you know that I must be in the Father's house?" So yeah, man, like this guy was doing this for a long time. He was preparing for this moment, especially as he was bringing God's kingdom to earth, and he was ready to set us free from sin. The other part was where he spoke about whoever's doing God's will is his brothers and sisters. It was pretty encouraging, because I believe I'm doing God's will, and I'm not sure where it's going to take me, but I know it's for His glory and it's for my good. And it said in Proverbs, I think it's 18, yeah, Proverbs 18:32. A man who has friends must himself be friendly, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So it's really good to know that I have a friend like Jesus that's even closer than a brother. I never had a brother in my life. I do have a brother. I'm not going to mention him here. And I love him to bits because he's always there for me. He's even better than a brother, an actual brother. But yeah, having Jesus by my side and by his side is super, super encouraging because just like I said, he's even closer than a brother. And that's what we need in this day and age. Yeah, that's my day in review. Thanks again for listening and taking the time to listen. I truly love you guys, and I hope my experiences are giving you guys encouragement to take the next step further into fasting and praying. During the weekend, just give you some scientific background on how fasting can benefit you. Much love and take care.